What is our mission? What is our purpose in the world? Why are we alive? What are we doing here? We know that God created us. We know that the world is 5,785 years old. We know that we're living in this world up to 120 years, 70, 80, 90 years. But why? Why are we here? The Torah tells us in this week's Torah portion, one verse. Ve'asu li mikdash ve'shachanti betocham. They should make for me a temple, mikdash, a temple, ve'shachanti, and I shall dwell betocham, amongst them. Our mission, our purpose is to build God a temple. But here's the thing. We don't have a temple today. When the Mashiach comes, hopefully it's going to happen today, right now, the temple will be rebuilt, the third temple, which will be existing forever, be nicer than the first and second temple. We'll offer sacrifices there. All Jews will live in Israel. It will be our country, again, properly. But until then, we don't have a temple. But here's the thing. The Torah says, and I shall dwell amongst them. The wording should have been, and I shall dwell in it, in the temple, right? Build for me a temple, I shall dwell in it. But it says, I shall dwell in them. And the meaning is, inside every single one of us. God wants that we should have a temple, that his presence shall be felt inside every single one of us. How do we do that? God gave us a blueprint. It's called the Torah. There's 613 commandments in there. Whenever you fulfill one of those commandments, you are building a sanctuary for God in your heart. When you are studying Torah, when you're listening to this, thank God for YouTube, check this out. When you're listening to this on YouTube, the walls of your house are absorbing the Torah that you are learning. You are creating a home for God, a temple for God in your home. That's the meaning. Once upon a time, there was a king who had a son. And the son was a little bit too pampered. And, the king wanted to teach him the ways of the world. So he gave him some diamond and some silver and some money. And he sent him to a faraway land. The prince gets to this land. And he wants to he's hungry. So he goes to check into a restaurant to eat. He orders a steak and burgers and fries, good food. And when it comes time to payment, the waitress brings him the check, and he says, yeah, he has $100, keep the change, So she starts laughing at him. Give me $100? So he takes out like a diamond from his pocket, and he says, he has a diamond. And she starts laughing. This is what you're giving me? This is worthless. This is garbage. Those $100, put in the garbage. That diamond, put in the garbage. So he says, what are you trading here? She says, chicken fat. Chicken fat? She says, yeah, that's the commodity here, chicken fat. So he owes her money, can't pay. So he's in debt. He goes to get a job, right? He got to get a job very quickly because he got to pay for his rental of his apartment, and he's got to pay for his debt, food. He has no money. So he finds a job as a broker, real estate broker. And he's very talented. He has to work very, very hard. He's pretty motivated. So within a couple of weeks, he does his first deal. And he gets paid 1 pound of chicken fat. So he quickly goes to repay his debt. He has a little bit of extra money, but he needs money. So he's working hard every moment of the day, and he does another deal and another deal and another deal. And he now has 100 pounds of chicken fat. So he opens up a bank account to put his chicken fat there. And then a year passes, and he transfers from being a broker to owning a little property. He was able to own a little property. Fast forward 5 years, and he now owns his first building, and he now has 10,000 pounds of chicken fat in the bank. Fast forward 10 years, and he's bought a block, huge real estate. He's got some stock portfolio as well, and he's made his first £1 million of chicken fat. He's now a millionaire. Fast forward 15 years, and he's so successful. He has $100 million. He's being honored at dinners. The mayor of the town is speaking to him. He's considered a very, very prominent person. He gives charity and chicken fat. He's amazing. Fast forward 25 years, and he's become the richest person in town. He has £1 billion of chicken fat. And after 25 years, he remembers his father, and he wants to demonstrate to his father how successful he's been in this country. He's acquired a new language, a new culture, a new everything. So he orders a big ship, And he takes these 1,000,000,000 of chicken fat onto this ship, and he sets sail all the way to his father's country, which is far away, far, far, far away. Comes to his father's country, his father's a king. All the ministers are there to greet the child because they heard of his success, they heard he's a billionaire, they heard he's so prominent, he's so famous, he's so amazing. And as the ship comes closer to the port, the ministers start smelling this terrible, terrible smell. So one by one they depart until the only one left is the father. And he sees the child and with this terrible smell of chicken fat. And he says to the child, "What is all this chicken fat?" And the child says, "This is my money. I'm worth £1,000,000,000 of chicken fat." And the father starts to cry. He says, "This is what I sent you to that country for? To get chicken fat? Put this all in the garbage. It's worthless. Where's the diamond? Where's the silver? Where's the coins that I sent you with?" And the child had one diamond in his pocket from 25 years ago. That's all he had. This, explain our sages, is a metaphor for our life. You see, our soul was basking in divine radiance, appreciating real diamond, real silver. What is that? Torah and mitzvot, up there in heaven, basking in divine radiance. It says that a person can live in this world for 70, 80 years and have all the material pleasures of this world, and they are worth nothing compared to true pleasure up there. And one day the soul comes down into this world, and the soul starts working with the body, and you get a job, and you get $100 and $1,000, and you own this restaurant, and you own that restaurant, and you own this building, you own that building, and slowly, slowly you go through life, you become a millionaire. And if you're successful, you have $100 million, maybe you'll even become a billionaire. And after 70, 80 years, your soul returns straight back to heaven. And when it comes back to heaven, God asks the soul, "What have you accomplished?" And we're so proud. We show our millions of dollars and real estate and stock portfolio that we've acquired. And God, our Father, starts to cry. He says, "This is chicken fat. This is what you brought me back from that world. This is why I sent you. Where's the gold? Where's the silver? Where's the diamonds? What is that? The mitzvahs. How many times did you lay tefillin? How many times did you keep Shabbat? How many hours did you study Torah? How many times did you keep kosher? What did you give to charity?" That's what our dear Father in heaven, what God wants to know. And that is the message of this week's parsha. V'asuli mikdash. You should make for me a sanctuary. Where? In your hearts, in your home. Every time you don tefillin, you're bringing God's presence here below. We're living in such darkness with these Hamas terrorists and Iran threatening us all over the world. So much Jew hatred and anti-Semitism coming from every corner of the universe. But we have to be a light unto the nations. We have to turn on that light. We have to make a home for God here below. That is our purpose. That is our mission. And when that's done, Mashiach will come. That's going to happen today, but hopefully, Bezrat Hashem. Mashiach will come today. But until that time, we have to continue trading in diamonds, not in chicken fat. What are the diamonds? The things that make a home for God here below. Real diamonds. That's a mitzvah. So go out, do a good deed today, visit the sick, visit the elderly, go give charity, because that is how you make a home for God here below.